each of you in front have, you find a piece of paper there. And from Jeff Tyler from the NWPOA, I have left 2 items on the table there that you can help with. One is a co-op to replace Avista, and number 2, the ability for counties to adopt earlier years of building codes less restrictive in case the opt-out goes away. Well, the second half is a county issue, not a state issue, so we won't address that. But anybody, would you care, you've got the written stuff there, would you care to comment on whether the state can get involved with a co-op to replace Avista?
Well, let me start. I'll just start by saying that there certainly are some advantages to co-ops. One of the things when you have a multi-jurisdictional utility is, like Avista, is they pull power from their own dams. Most of the co-ops buy, and this is the first I've seen this question, so I've given this answer almost no thought other than 20 seconds, but I have been working on this issue with the Public Utilities Commission and on the acquisition of utilities, and if we need more state laws to protect the customers. But if you have a co-op acquire the utility, who acquires the dams? So if we have a co-op here that in the Coeur d'Alene area that acquires this section of Avista, who gets the dam they own in Montana, which we get electricity from? Most of the existing co-ops buy their power from the Bonneville Power Authority, which is a federal government established authority that owns many of the dams on the Columbia River and in other parts of the Northwest. And so the federal government owns, well, the Bonneville Power Authority administration owns the dams, and they just buy the power. I'm not comfortable turning the existing private dams over to the government to own, and so I don't know if that's a concern or not. I certainly did not want to turn them over to a foreign government. Right. And thankfully, that didn't happen, and if you didn't see the news, Hydro One has officially withdrawn their application. So, for me personally, I have to know a lot more before I know whether having the co-ops take over Avista or portions of Avista is a good idea or not.
Okay, well, Jeff Tyler, who wrote the question, I'd like him to address the second half of the question, which is the ability for counties to adopt earlier years of building code less restrictive in case of opt-out goes away. So, Jeff, would you explain what the basis of the question?
Sure, yeah, good morning, friends, most of you.
All of them.
All of you, I mean. Anyway, I was at a county commissioner meeting just a couple days ago, and they're looking at possibly repealing our choice of the getting the building inspections. And so I had the question to them, what if we adopted an earlier year code, which is much less restrictive, because I think the commissioners might be open to doing that. And their attorney said that that is state law, that only this current code can be adopted by counties. So I was, just the question was if maybe somebody could help work on changing that law to where other earlier codes could possibly be adopted by counties.
John.
I think that's certainly something that we should be able to look into. But on that same note, one of the bills that I'll have RS next week is to, if you remember back when we were having our big land use code comprehensive plan ordeal a few years ago, the county spent a lot of money on this plan, and many of us looked at the result of the funds we paid and said, what did we get for our money? And it really wasn't very much. So at the suggestion of one of my constituents, I'm introducing a bill that will allow counties only. Right now they're mandated to develop a comprehensive plan and a land use code So the legislation that I'm proposing will allow counties to opt out of that and decide we don't need a land use code or comprehensive plan. Cities will still be required to do so by law. From the city officials that I talked to, that was the way they wanted the status quo to remain. But for counties, this will give us a choice whether we want to waste the time and money or to spend the time and money to develop those two areas.
Thank you. Here's a question that will resonate for